We are ready to start. Are we? Yes, we are. Yes. Hello, guys. Welcome to Saturday afternoon, live from the Queen Room. It's Queensville again. I'm just going to open the curtains a bit so we get that brightness inside. It's a bit dark in here. Ah, that's better now. There we go. That's better for you guys, isn't it? It's better today. Welcome to Queensville, guys. It is live. It's 2:30. I'm on early today. As you guys know, today it is the football tonight, and England are. I don't know actually know if England are playing tonight or not. I'm not really sure about that. I haven't looked at the football recently. But some of you guys asking me about the football and say, "Do you watch the football, Tess?" Football? I don't watch football. I listen to music a lot. Hence the fact that this business has just took off very well. Got a lot of things to tell you this week, guys. First of all, thank you very much for everybody tuning into the live stream we did on. It just happened on Tuesday. Thank you very much indeed to everybody watching that stream. Thanks for the views. Really appreciate it. Jade was really happy to do that. At the end of the live stream, she said, "We'll do another one," which we are going to plan soon. And really appreciated everybody's feedback on that time. So thanks a lot for tuning into that. And I really, really enjoyed. In fact, both of us enjoyed it. Actually, it was fun. We've got another Queen person. You see another Queen person who likes Queen a lot. And the music is good and everything's really cool in the world this way. Really good indeed. Yeah, things are just going so well. So we'll give you guys a few minutes to get online and get your chats in. The message I need to send a message out first of all to John. John, who joined us a few weeks ago on Queensville. John was watching this back. Can you inbox me on the Facebook Queen page and find out how the album was for Jade's album? I don't know if you received it, but if you have received it, mate, can you inbox me on the Facebook page, to let me know how it's done, which is, hope you enjoyed it anyway, for the album release of it. Today, on today's show, I've got exciting news. I've got amazing news to tell you. I've got something very exciting to tell you guys that has happened over last week. Apart from like the old Jade stuff, we'll get to later because we have got some other information to tell you about the Jade album, which is exciting actually. Exciting stuff going on. That was looking for the other day. No, it was. Exciting stuff happening with this, and we'll tell you more about that later. Exciting news about that. Very exciting. That's come around this week. Exciting news. But we'll get to that stuff later because first of all, I've got the coffee machine on, so it's doing it in a minute. As soon as the coffee machine is ready, we'll start, and then we'll tell you the exciting news happening with, well, basically, loads to tell you guys. Loads to tell you guys. I've got some Queen news as well coming up. Something about the CDs. Aha. I'm going to bring up today Greatest Hits CD. Because if you guys watched the last live stream, I did these CDs, these CD releases that came out. I didn't do this one. I'm going to explain about this. This is interesting. That's coming up later. But I did enjoy doing that actually for you guys on the channel, and it's been really cool. One thing that happened this week, Devon was not well on Thursday night. She had a nasty. I think she had some nasty chicken. She had some chicken on Thursday, and unfortunately, she caught it a bad 24-hour bug. So she was not well over that period, and the house was absolutely full of nastiness. So it happened next door, happened downstairs. It was very nasty for me. But I came back in the night time, and Devon had an accident, and I didn't know she was ill, but it was a bug she had. But apart from that, Devon is much better now. She's much better now. This camera is playing up again. Let's get this sorted out here. No, it's not working again. Hang on a second, guys. Let me get this quantum autofocus sorted out. Turn autofocus off. Yeah, I'll keep that. I'll keep it on there today. Save it there. It's easy enough. Yeah, Devin had an accident, so but she's fine. She's fine now. She's over it. Yesterday, she was better yesterday, and now she's absolutely fine. She was just, I think she had some. I think she just had some nasty illness went around with her, which was bad. Anyway, right, the chat room is open today, guys. Now, apparently, what I've realised is the live chat pop-outs on this does not work. When I close it off, when it goes back to the normal chat, it works. Pop-out chat doesn't work for some reason. So the top chat, the live chat does work now. So for some reason, it wasn't working on Tuesday. It was kind of working, but it kind of didn't. I don't know what's going on there with it. So it is working today, so you guys can chat to me today. I'm going to try and make this a long stream today. And by the way, today I was meant to be going to Jade's house today to do the makeup tests. Unfortunately, it's been cancelled due to the fact Jade couldn't get a babysitter sorted out, and we were stuck. So fortunately, plans are off for that now, which is fine. And Devon's barking downstairs, and she's going to start barking all the time anyway. Now, it is. Coffee's done now, which is good. I tell you what, yeah, I love this machine so much, you know. Be thinking, Ted's got a coffee machine? Yeah, see, yeah. How the fuck go get the muffin downstairs? Seriously, I'm loving this machine. I like this coffee better actually than downstairs. And it's actually Aldi's make this Flavor 4. I love this coffee a lot, and it's, you know, obviously it's the last one I've had. This stuff is really, really good. Like, it lasts about probably 2 weeks or so. But me and Jade had this in here, and it was gorgeous. It was really nice indeed. And yeah, yes, everything's been going. Everything's just been going so good. Right, so where do we start with? What do we start with? Exciting news. Want to start with exciting news, or should we start with the Queen news first? It's kind of the thing, isn't it? Apart from these CDs, which we'll get to more about that later. I'm going to talk. Let's do. First of all, let's see what we can do first. We'll do the. I don't actually know what I've planned on this today. I only planned on the bottom of the screen. What I planned is actually Queen chat, updates and CDs, Diggers Factory. Yeah, we'll do Jade's stuff first, since that's all we talk about. This will be the last time we'll talk about it as well, guys. What exciting news we've had is we've decided now, because guys have been trying to purchase this album, Secret Voice, and it's been a phenomenal success. On Thursday, I've been speaking to people about this album. Thursday night, Riley's played Burn. Out of the blue, they played it. The reaction has been phenomenal. Jodie listened to it. She was singing it actually, which was unreal. She loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I couldn't believe that the place, 10 people were wow. Tara loved it. And everybody, we played the song. And I think it's become to be a bit of a hit, that one actually. So I really thank you so much to Scott, by the way, at Rise, who played it. Have an amazing support for these guys. But the exciting news we are now going to make this the official album now. We're not going to issue the standard edition of the CD. We're now going to keep this as the permanent CD. Limited edition CD is still good. It's not going to be limited to 50 copies now. This is going to be the permanent CD release of it. So we are going to still issue the CD, promotion material, the all the other stuff you get with it. The reason we're doing that is because people were kind of mystified about it. Why are you releasing 50 copies of it? Well, we had an idea. We're still going to issue this online, and also going to issue it online on Discogs.com. But also, we're going next week to. I'm going to be going next week down to Pop Rex next week. We were supposed to be getting this stocked in their shops, but we haven't had time because we've been recording the stuff where there has been importance. We're going to try and see them next. I'm going to try and go and see these guys next Friday, and we're going to try and stock it next week for those guys down at the shops as well. Diggers Factory, by the way, it's going ahead. It's still in production, guys. So the Diggers Factory thing is still happening. Just basically go to diggersfactory.com. Link will be down here on this video to purchase the vinyl release of it, which is out in November. We're also scheduling out the Gothic album. We were scheduling that out earlier as planned. We're going to submit that earlier to Diggers Factory as also to get the vinyl release out for the Goth album, which they are, as I said before, guys. The second album coming out, it's not like this. It's basically what it is. It's going to be basically a different kind of music altogether. We're going into the darker stuff, the feel of it as well. But the other exciting news is Jade is going to release a single on YouTube only. She's releasing it on YouTube only. It will be released on my YouTube page and also released on her page. She's bringing out. We talked about the song called Number 9. Where apparently we had a great idea to release it as a video for YouTube. Just a lyric video for it, because it's kind of a personal song she wanted to bring out. And I thought, well, since we finished The Secret Voice, we weren't even thinking about bringing out another single. But this one will only be exclusive to YouTube. It will not be available anywhere else. It will be available only on my page. And if you guys want to download it and support it, please do. Because the fact Spotify is expensive to put tracks on, we're getting people asking us, why is this album not getting streamed, and why is it not thinking it's costly? It's very costly, guys. But we are having an idea, because because streaming's kind of like the way things go in now, and you download and stuff and everything. Well, the ST Entertainment page website is going to have a little bit of it's going to have a little bit of extra things on it, apart from the news live feed on the moment. But I haven't updated the website for a bit because I've just been concentrating on music and stuff. We're going to try, and this is what I'm going to have a plan to do actually, which may work. We can't do it on Spotify because it's going to be costly. So I thought an idea would be, and if you guys would like me to do it, because it has to be coming from you guys first. If you guys want me to stream the album, we will. But we've got to have the money to do it. I know Spotify is whooshy, but it's expensive. But this is where I said before, guys, that if you want to support us for Jade's album and her career, Super Chat is the way you do it. If you have got £1, 50 pence, if you've got a little bit of money, just a little bit of money to spare, £1 is what you need. If you got £1, if you got £1 or $1, just to support us, stick on the Super Chat and donate as much as you can, really. The reason that we're doing it is because basically, I said before, these are expensive, and obviously we just basically would like to have a fund of like £100, just because we like that fund to go to PayPal, and as long as the fund's there, we can use it on supplies, for props, for video shoots. And if you guys want to put something towards that, then Super Chat's there for you all the time. So please do donate. And but it's like I say, guys, there's no rush at all. Just anything that we really just need to have extra for stuff that we need for the business anyway. Which is taken off very well, actually. Our other artist that was meant to join us is still on plans to do that. I'm working also tomorrow. There is another girl coming in tomorrow. She lives about 5 minutes up the road from where I live, actually. She's thinking of coming to join us as well, actually, on the label, which is interesting. Maybe some songwriting. But she said she wanted to work on her singing technique, which is a wonderful idea, actually. So I'm going to work on that with her tomorrow. And hopefully, if it's still plans on for that, I'd like to work with her, actually. So look out for another artist coming on the label. Been inundated with many people coming on the label and wanting to do some stuff, got some ideas for what we're doing. At the moment, we are back on We Dead Inside now. I've gone back to the master tracks apparently again, and I'm reworking some parts for that album. And yeah, it's still going to schedule. But like I said before, we're gonna give it a break for a bit. When the time is right to bring it out, we'll decide. Maybe even by November we'll bring it out. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens anyway. We'll give it on that. So as I say, guys, A Secret Voice, the album is no longer going to be limited editions. It's going to be the basic main album. So the standard edition is going to be taken off the website. We're going to issue this one now for £5, which is a better deal for it as well. And I've sold about. At the moment, I'm selling about probably 7 copies have been sold within a week. That's insane. And well, another thing happened was Frontiers Records was a nightmare to get through to them guys. What a nightmare! Insane. Well, I rang them by their number. I used a free app call thing. It was only like, you like have a minute to call them up, and apparently this guy was speaking Italian, and I was trying. I couldn't understand a word he was saying. He was saying Frontiers Records. I was thinking, well, I'm from the UK. I'm speaking Italian. So anyway, so I rang Frontiers Records up, and well, what they say apparently is they received the album. Unfortunately, the guy wasn't there. Serafino's not in the business. He's not in the place at the moment. He's away doing some tours and stuff. So that's a bit of a thingy, but we're still waiting. But we have got another idea actually. We're going to send the album to Radio 2, BBC Radio 2. I know they're a contemporary music station, but I'm thinking now of sending it to Radio 2. I know they're a great. They are the best. Radio 2 is they are sincerely fantastic. Now I think they'll pick A Secret Voice as the track they'll want to play on their radio station and go, wow, and they'll go, wow. So Radio 2 might be the answer. I don't know. So I'm thinking about sending it to Spark FM's getting in touch with us in the next week or so. Alive is considered to be the track, and they will be getting back to us probably within the next week. We just have to wait because, as I said, guys, it's a long list of stuff. We've got to wait until this is the right time to be out and stuff. But Spark FM is still top to be doing it. So local radio station for students, great station. Although I don't listen to it, but there's a lot of naff music on it. But saying that, it's a station, isn't it? Jade is very happy with all the support she's received for the album. It's been phenomenally successful. I've had great feedback from it. We're getting a review soon, actually. For someone's going to post a review on our page because someone's buying the album next Monday off Discogs, and it's basically Jade's friend, and her mother is also. She hasn't heard the album yet, actually, because she's been busy with work and stuff, but. She's also going to hear the album soon, and it's been a phenomenal success, guys. So I'm really happy with it. Very happy indeed. So that's all the Jade stuff out the way. So yes, guys, the album is no longer going to be no longer 50 copies each. It's going to basically, that's going to be the main album now, and I'll be changing the website tomorrow. So I'll keep you guys posted on that as well. For the vinyl release of it, Diggers Factory, they're still processing it through. If you want to go and support the Diggers Factory vinyl release of it, basically go there, support it. €15, all you pay, and you get the vinyl release of it, and you're supporting us as well. And they're going to send us 2 copies as well to us. If we don't reach that target, they're going to refund us back, but they are going to send us 2 copies free of charge, which is wonderful. So that's cool. And I can't wait for the vinyl release to come out of it. But we should have resubmitted it earlier, but that's Diggers Factory for you, isn't it? But they're fine with it anyway. Right, so that's the end of that stuff going on. So. No, but like I say, guys, if you still want to order the album, it's available on Discogs and also available on the website. Support us, buy the album. It's fucking good. I've heard it so many times. I just love it. Just loads of people getting back to us saying, "Fantastic album, man, brilliant." Well, there's more coming out of her. You'll be expecting a lot more productions coming out from her. In the next couple of days. So look at that. Right, now that's out of the way. Now we've got some more exciting news to tell you guys. More exciting news. This has made my day. This has made my day. I have as you all know, Kris left Queensville many years ago. And I have some great news to tell you guys. Launching on Monday, Kris is launching his own YouTube channel, would you believe? Can't wait for it. What he's done, he started a new channel called Metal One-on-One. Now, what it is, he's learned from me over the years how to present on YouTube. Now, I don't know whether he's going to be on camera, off camera. I don't know what he's doing. But what Gemma and Kris are doing is, Gemma's going to be the editor for his YouTube channel. He's going to be doing reviews of albums, but not by popular metal artists. It's going to be basically a channel dedicated to metal fans and to people who really support the metal scene. And he wants to do his own thing. This is his idea. The concept for the channel is it's unknown bands that we don't know and people don't talk about. Hence the fact these don't come to play. And this is going to be something I'm really excited to support them for. If you want to go and see his first video is getting launched on Monday. I don't know when it'll be posted, but I'm also going to let him post on the Queensville channel for his part as well. So technically, I think that would be great. So the more promotion that he receives from YouTube, the better chances he gets his channel up and running. Now, his link to his channel is on my video here, so click the link on this video here. But I do have to say, I'm excited for the first video coming out, and I really think he'll do a good job of it as well. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. And like I said before, he's back. YouTube channel is back. I can't wait to see what he's got planned. I'm very excited for him. So if you're watching this back, mate, good luck, and I'll watch your first video. And I hope to God, I hope this is something that's going to make me feel happy, because he is getting sick and tired of all these channels that talk just nonsense and don't go into details about what metal bands are. No one's done this before, and he's doing something different. So he's going to go into all the details about it. He's going to go into all the things about what he likes, and I think it'd be well worth watching it. So I'm really excited that I hope he's going to do well for it as well, which is going to be really, really good. So I'm looking forward to it. It's Metal One-on-One. You can't tap me on the YouTube channel. Nothing's been launched yet. But if you want to subscribe to his channel, links on here now. Subscribe to him now. Click the bell notification as well, so you can be notified when the videos are released. And then support him, guys. Leave comments on the video. Give him the support that you guys need. I'll give him loads of support for it. Also, I will be posting it live on the Facebook page on Queensville to boost him up as well for his channel. And the more content he produces, AdSense will be there for him, and the AdSense will go whoosh for him as well. And if you put snippets of songs on it and little 30-second clips of it on, which you're allowed to do now, that will be amazing. So good luck, mate. Really want to support that guy so much, because he hasn't done YouTube for ages. I mean, he hasn't had the time, but he's been having the idea to do a video and say, I'll do one. And he said, and I think because he's taking loads of ideas from me, that he wants to be presenting it. But I don't think he's never a camera guy, though. I don't think he's a camera on camera screen thing. He likes to be behind the camera. But then again, we're going to see what happens on Monday, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'll be looking on Monday for the video coming out of that, and excited, mate, very excited indeed. I can't wait to see the first video. So that's exciting for him. So Kris is back on YouTube, and his channel is called Metal One-on-One, and look out for a lot of stuff on there. But his first video is going to be, I think his first video will be an introduction video to it and what he's going to be doing. So really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. So I'm really excited indeed. Really excited. It's just come up to 3 o'clock live here on Queensville. We'll be having the rest of you guys on later. I know everybody comes on later on. They always go, oh, what do we miss? What do we miss? Oh, by the way, my stream, by the way, is working a lot better now. This is what happened. Interesting story. Virgin Media customers this is what happened. This is why the streams have been going weird for me, and why they've been going yellow and red and weird. It wasn't my OBS. What's been happening is people have got an email from Virgin Media saying apparently they're getting upgraded to from 150 megs to 350 megs now, free of charge, no extra charges, which is really good. They're boosting up the areas. Apparently, the areas got affected because due to the fact that they were doing maintenance work, and some confliction went around my estate, and everybody was wondering what the hell was going on with the streams and stuff. So that's the reason why my streams were cropping out, is because the broadband area was getting repaired at the time, and it was getting some conflict issues, and it was kind of getting a bit like that. It was conflicting away from it. So that's why my streams were a little bit weird. So it wasn't me. I knew it wasn't me. It was basically my fucking broadband was acting stupid, and my computer's now working fine. And also, here's something else you guys want to know. If you probably can't see from now, I can move my camera around. Here's something I'll let you guys in on. I connected this back. My card reader. This is a weird story. My card reader's been connected back onto my motherboard. Yeah. And I've realised what's been going on with this computer. Now, this is interesting. Interesting story. Now, if everybody did everybody get the new Windows 10 Redstone 4, the new Windows 10 update for everyone's computer? Because I did. And I realised why my computer was turning itself off and resetting it for some reason. Right. Now, if you remember back about a few months ago, before the spring update came out, go back to the last update that came out. This is the one that had problems. What I realised was when I installed Windows 10 for the first time, it ran absolutely spot on. When the December patch came out, this is where the problems aroused. Apparently, the December update of Windows 10 was a bug in the system. This is what was fucking up my computer. And I thought, it can't be my motherboard, it can't be my memory, it can't be the PC. Because I've had this PC for over 8 years now, and this motherboard's been working fucking fantastic. What I realised is that old version of Windows 10 that came out, apparently it messed up. It just messed up everything. It messed up my hard drive. It messed up the computer. And I went, hang on a minute, there's something right here. Something's going wrong here for it. And every time I kept switching off the card reader, it was just going and automatically restarting it for God knows why. So what I did was I investigated it on Tom's Hardware. Great site for information. The patch apparently disconnected a few things off the website, and all my drives were missing off as well. Some of my drives went off. My D drive went off. The studio was cracking up a bit more, and it was just weird. And then it hadn't been connected on the computer for over a while. When the spring one came out, the spring one that's been working fucking fantastic on this computer has been working great. When I connected it back onto my motherboard, it's now working fine. It's working fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And this thing's now been working brilliant. So my computer is now working 100% better than what it was before. And I knew it was that it was that creators update that was fucking up my computer. I knew it was. Because it was seriously just bugging the hell out of me. I was thinking, why is it doing that for? And why is it doing, you know, it is completely lunacy. It is lunacy what they do. So you would think that there was more, that they would think that they would bring up a serious issue with it and say, oh, well, the Windows update's working all right, but it's not seeming to be getting through to it in a way. It's a bit weird, isn't it? So I don't know if you guys ever had that experience with Windows 10. So if you got the new update, a Windows 10 Spring update came out, it works absolutely spot on. It somehow had issues with laptops. For some reason, It was weird actually yesterday. I spoke to Steve, who I work with at the shack, and we did a rock and roll night today on night time. It's been a great success. And he said to me apparently that Jade Downloader had an issue with it or something happened to it. If you know Jade Downloader, it's a digital downloading system where it basically allows you to download videos of YouTube and download videos of everywhere else. And he said apparently that it works fine on the Toshiba that he's got, but on the Asus, it's Acer laptop, because the Acer laptop's been working God knows how many years now. And apparently it said it needed a crack update for it or something. I've never heard that before. I've never ever heard that before. So I don't know whether something happened on Jade Downloader or something happened on the main page. From what I can understand, I think the main downloader itself was just was cracking up a lot on it. And it was cracking up a bit as well. And so I looked into the issue this morning, and apparently it says that some versions of the Jade Downloader apparently are having some bug issues with this. Apparently people are donating to the site and it's getting paid for because people want to get this out. So apparently on his Acer laptop, he says apparently that I can't download any videos off there because it doesn't let me do it. It's apparently it's asking for a crack code or something for us. There's no way it can have a crack code on it. Well, I don't know whether he's got a virus on it. I don't know whether it's been a crash issue with it. It's something on his laptop apparently that's messing up the whole system. So hopefully, I said to him anyway, I'll have a look at it, mate, next week and see what's the matter with it. So there's no rush for it at the minute. This is just in case I need anything for it. So I'll have to look into that now and find out what is going on. So it's bizarre, but never ever ever never. Jade Downloader does never do that. It never says it needs a crack for it. There's no way it needs that. I don't know what version he's got on there actually in a minute. So Jade Downloader is good for what it is. It's just that it's a damn bloody good downloader to get. Downloads everything off YouTube you want to watch. So I mean, I know that YouTube Downloader originally was the first one that came out, but everybody's trying to get rid of that now, which is kind of a bit naff. But you go for the Jade 2 Downloader now, and it works really well for it. It's really good. Apparently I'm getting red on my stream health for some reason. YouTube is not receiving the video to do it. I don't know why it's doing it again. My computer's absolutely fine. It is really cool actually. It's not as hot as it was. Part of the fact I had loads of dust inside. I cleaned this out the other day and it was full of dust on the front. It was like a mound of dust about that big, and we couldn't breathe, the poor thing. And it's just saying red. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, the stream health's working a bit weird. It's just saying bad video output. It's nothing to do with me, guys. It's my broadband. It's just my broadband's acting funny. Like I said, guys, it's working green on here. It's working great on this, but on here it looks looking alright actually. I don't know. There's nothing with it. I don't know. Well, you guys can chat with me this afternoon. If you're watching, if you're here, welcome. If you want to chat with me live and ask questions, please do. In fact, I'll try and message Michael now and see if Michael can come online. See what the man's up to. Yeah, so don't worry, guys. If you are watching me live, the stream is fine. It's just what's happening is it's my broadband that's acting fucking stupid. So, yeah. So just be aware, guys. Let's just give Mikael the message. And today, it's the last day of the tall ships in Sunderland today. They're going tomorrow, so everybody's out today, enjoying the sunshine. See the final day of the tall ships. I did actually pass by on the bus, and I saw all the tall ships there, and it was amazing. It was wonderful. Very fantastic to do it at the marina. The marina at the Roker Marina. It was beautiful to see it. A beautiful day, and it was really nice indeed. Not that I didn't go down there and do it. I can't stand heat though. I don't like the heat too much. The heat's too much for me. I don't like the heat. I hate the heat too much in it. It's not really well. Horrible. Can't breathe. You can't breathe. Right, so that's all out the way. Now, so you know, Kris's channel's getting launched on Monday. Link is down here. Support the guy. It's Metal 1-on-1. You won't be able to find anything yet on the channel. So no videos uploaded yet until Monday. That he's been apparently telling me about it, which is one thing. Right, now last week's live stream, extra live stream on Thursday, you guys got was about the Queen CDs, the 86, the 91, 92, and 9304, and 2011 discs. And I mentioned about greatest hits last week, and I wanted to bring out this, and I wanted to review it because I haven't reviewed this one ever, and this is interesting. This disc. Now, as you all know, I went to London, to the record fair in London. Oh, quite a while back now. Oh, how many years ago? 3 years ago, 4 years ago it was. When I met, when I saw Gemma and Mark, and I had a great time. Went to the Olympia one. It was brilliant, and I had a great year. You know, my job was still doing really well, and until I got fired for no reason. Anyway, thought I'd bring out my original greatest hits disc. This is the original disc, by the way. This is not a copy. This is not one of those bootleg ones. It is a main proper Holland. It's a UK edition of it, and I got this for free. I didn't pay anything for this. I got it free actually because someone saw my T-shirt in the Olympia, and I got it for free. Didn't have to pay a thing for this, which is one thing. But this is the original '86 release of Greatest Hits. And I'm just going to put my zoom on this. Autofocus on this. This is the original Greatest Hits CD, and obviously, yes, this is the one they first issued, biggest selling album ever made. This is the cartoon CD, blah blah blah, and there's the original credits of the album. But that's not what I want to show you. I want to show you the back of it. In fact, I think it's both on this. Yes, it's actually on there and on here. Something's blanked out on this bottom bit here that you can probably see from this green, this black bit here. Probably still good on camera because of the glare, but it is there anyway. Right. This is interesting, the cover of it. The cover, right, and the back sleeve of this one. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to take it out of here. I'm going to show you the back sleeve of it. Pain in fact, though, this is still this has come from the original factory of it as well. Now, if you can tell from this part here has been blanked out, right? Something black there you can see, right? Okay, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Now, as I told you before, when I was talking about these original CDs that came out in 1987, this is the second. I think this is the second issue I have of this one, because but there was tax reasons. For tax reasons, they were doing like the main numbers on there as well from it and stuff. Even those fake ones I showed you last week as well. Now, what I've realised is, in the UK alone, EMI were producing all of the reissues, and as you all know, they didn't have the money to remaster them. They just basically had to put them out for a budgeted price of $11.99 for a disc of it as well. Being this one being I think this might have been the first release that came out of it. I'm not sure, but you gotta go by the numbers on the spine of it as well, which is there, original spine of it from that. Okay, but this is the interesting thing. When these were getting produced in the UK, EMI in the UK alone, EMI UK did not have permission to use the sleeve. They didn't. And this is interesting. What they do is, in Holland, they get the artwork in Holland. Holland apparently owned the artwork at the time of the CD release. Now, there is a version that is on Discogs that you can see called Manufactured in Holland by EMI BV, which is the Netherlands. Well, apparently, what the UK had to do, they didn't at the time, couldn't produce these in the UK for the thing. So they had to blank out from EMI's marketing part. They had to blank out something on here that didn't make it at all on this thing. That's why you can probably tell from this that the black is kind of see-through. It says because if you look at it, if you look at light here, you can see obviously it's like something up there you can probably see from the light. It actually says manufactured by EMI Holland, and that's why they were using these ones at the time. So that's why they had to blank out the EMI to use it for the UK release of it. It's the same also on this as well, on that, for the thing of it. You can actually see it. And so that's why they were, EMI was kind of just being careful that they were saying, right, well, let's issue this as well on CD, but let's issue something we can do in it as well. This disc is still in persistent quality. I mean, this disc is still thingy. You can see it's getting like frayed at the top there. That was because it's years of wear. But this has never been played. But I played it in the CD player, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. This is actually the Holland 2nd edition, and the way you go with it is if you look at the matrix number on the side there, AR119. This is AR, which means audio recording. That's what AR is, audio recording, and it is, the sound on this is absolutely incredible. I haven't ripped this to my computer yet, and but I tell you what, the sound on this one is, I think this sounds, well, like when you get the Save Me, because I keep saying about Save Me is a different mix of it. On the vinyl edition that originally came out, the mix is different. On this version, it's very different on this version, very different indeed. Sound on this is fucking ingenious. It's digital mastering it, where I actually have to agree with that. But this version of Greatest Hits, the original CD, well, wow, just wow. And in fact, it actually does make it up as 70 minutes on disc. It's longer actually, because Bohemian Rhapsody is longer on this CD. And it's nothing to do with the original disc on it, but the sound quality is amazing because there's no fade outs in this at all. It's all completely mixed all the way through, and it's just amazing. Really good sound quality on this. So that's why I recommend to get that one, the original disc of it. You can get on Discogs, well they're selling it for like £2 on Discogs now for this. But make sure you do get this one. Get the original Greatest Hits CD. Sound quality on this is outstanding. I've also got a signed version of Greatest Hits 2, which Mark sent me. Well, yeah, he sent me by post, and it was really very interesting. That was, and you know, you're probably thinking that. Why did they never keep this original artwork on for the reissue that came out of that DMS version? Well, you know, I mean, going back to them DMS, yeah, Parlophone owned they owned the artwork and they owned the rights, but they didn't have the rights to. They didn't want to credit the person who was responsible for remastering these. It was Peter Mew at Abbey Road Studios. Tried to do it, but obviously EMI were not really impressed. They just put them out, but they just rushed it too fast. They didn't even take the time to really think about, you know, putting the proper enhancements on it on. So they didn't have any control over the mastering. They didn't have any control over the artwork. They just, Parlophone just said, we're going to reissue them, but without the consent of Queen, because Brian and Roger didn't have any control over this at all, over the DMS series. They didn't even know about it. They knew the Queen faculty didn't know about it. They just, somebody at EMI must have said, oh, we'll just dwindle these out again, but let's put the whole CD qualities in it. And it was like, what is this? And that's why they weren't even issued properly. I mean, even Day of the Races was dreadful. Sound on that is all hissy and like tape hiss everywhere else. Like, even that Somebody I Love It sounded awful on that CD. Fucking terrible. But I mean, I'm glad that when they did go back in, Brian and Roger went in back into Abbey Road, and Miles, the guy at EMI, when they were given when they gave all the tapes over to Bob Ludwig in the States, he did a great job of it. Brian and Roger actually went to America to do that. They didn't actually go to the UK. They didn't want to mess it up this time because they thought it was better treatment for it. Jim Beach backed it up, and he said, "You guys go to America and go and see Bob Ludwig, see if he can polish up all the tracks." And he actually went when they went back to the original masters, because they wanted because obviously over the years tapes get ruined and the big massive cassettes, the multi tracks get absolutely. They did get really ruined a lot, so that's why they had the hard task of multi-tracking everything to get the tracks polished up and sounding pristine and new. And luckily, when Adam Iron at Universal at the time in America, they just said, we want to get these out, but we want to polish them up. And I'm very glad they did polish them up as well, because they seriously needed the goddamn to them. Need clean really for all the tracks which March to the Black Parade. Actually, it's weird how Queen 2, the new version of Queen 2 came out, when that was polished up, spot on that actually. And I think that Mark keeps saying to me that is one of their best gems in the 70s they ever did. I mean, Night Opera's a complete fantastic album, but this one went to town, and obviously March to the Black Queen is superb on that now. And I love all the bonus tracks on the second disc of it. But what I don't like is the way that, I mean, I don't get me wrong, I do love the way they did the additional tracks in it, but putting live stuff on it with various things in it. I mean, they were basically made as just like saying, here's something extra for you guys, and do it that way, as it is. But it cost them over about, I think it was 40, I think it was 40, they were getting 14 million. It was 40 million to, or was it 40 million that they got for, they spent 40 million on redeveloping the whole catalogue of the Queen catalogue. Even the first 3 CDs that I got was 1, 2, and I think it was, I can't remember what the third one I got as well. Greatest Hits as well, I think that's what I got. But when I bought them at the time, I got rid of them, and I gave them to, when we did the Queen quizzes on Rock Show Live, David Roast, who was a great guy actually. He got most of those things, and he said the artwork was great and it was wonderful to have. And somebody, Alan Joyce, who was the first subscriber on here, he got my Japanese version of the Queen album, and he says that's special, that one, and don't ever think it. And he loved it, and the sound quality was better. And the 2003 reissues from Japan were phenomenally brilliant. I mean, the sound qualities then were great. I mean, me and I remember that when Kris got the first 6 CDs of the Japanese versions, oh, they were just outstanding. I mean, they were well worth it. They were a bit pricey at the time. I mean, now you can get the whole collection online now for about like 90 quid or something online, with the silver Orby strips down there, and the 2003 versions are fucking outstanding. I mean, the sound qualities are really good. Recommend to get the Japanese versions of it. Somebody asked me a question actually about that the other week. Someone said to me, which versions do you think are better to buy, Japanese or European versions of it? Well, then I said to him, obviously, if you want to go for the best qualities, because he says apparently the 2011 versions, they don't stand up to me as the best sound qualities ever done. And I went, well, yeah, if you want to, well, low price of it, but you want to go for higher price, I said that the best ones to go for is the Japanese versions. Yes, actually, the Japanese versions, to me, they sound a lot better than what they originally did anyway from it. Because the Japanese, they've got better technology over there. I mean, they pay more money in yen to get them out, and the Japanese have control over all the artwork, because I think they sold their catalogue originally to Japan. When it came out in the States in Hollywood Records, they were only limited to what they could only produce. But I mean, don't get me wrong, Hollywood, the reissues, 1991 reissues, when they came out the first time in America, they were amazing. The qualities were outstanding. The sound quality was great. The disc artwork was fabulous. Kris nearly had the whole collection, actually, of the CDs, and he said they were the best ones that ever brought in the States, and I said, they know what, they were great. Some of the remixes were a little bit iffy, but I mean, you know, they were all right for what they were. So technically, couldn't go wrong with them really for it. And yeah, I mean, there were a lot of things with the CDs at the time that came out. There was lots of problems in the UK. See, I really think that we suffered a lot from that when EMI in the UK tried their best to bring them out as they can. The Queen fans were going a bit mystified about it and thinking, why have they messed up the sound on this? I mean, when they brought the first one out, which was See a Heart Attack, I mean, the remasters that came out first, I mean, that was horrendous. I mean, the sound was awful on it. I mean, it was just terrible reverb on it. And even when you went down the line of Night at the Opera, that was worse. But when it got to the Game album, that was the best one they ever released, because the sound quality was spot on. The Game album, the remaster, the '94 issue of the Game album is the best one. The sound on that is just superb. There's no problem about that at all. The technology at that time was really good, but I think they replicated the vinyl release of it. When the vinyl release came out originally from the States, I think they just replicated that sound on it. Which that American release that I still have from when I got it off Mark, that's the album. The US album release is well better than the UK. The UK one just sucks arse, because it's just that the album version in the UK is terrible. The sound is absolutely atrocious. But when it came to the UK, the US, when it was released in the USA first, it was an amazing. The sound was fucking heavy as fuck, and it's and I still have it somewhere. I don't actually know where it is actually. I do have all my Queen albums here. I should have it somewhere. Trying to find that Queen thing on it as well. Yeah, there we are. UK version, the US version of the game. This one, I've actually survived this one. This finally got survived. The sound quality on this US edition is fucking unreal. I mean, it is unreal. Alan Zentz, who mastered this in California, superb quality on this US edition is great. Tell it's US edition because it's got that little cut there as well, saying it's deleted. and then you've got the US copyright on it as well. I mean, this one was great. The only bad thing about it was the damage that happened to it was just the sleeve. The sleeve was just bad condition, but it survived anyway. But I do love the US edition of this. So don't get the UK edition of it. I mean, this took forever to clean this disc, but don't get the UK. Get the US one, because this absolutely is. Oh God, the sound on the US edition. I said to Mark, it sounds incredible, and it got cleaned up. It was cleaned up so good on it, and like I say, fair play to the USA. I always keep saying that the US editions of the vinyl editions of Queen albums, they sound much better than the UK ones. I mean, the Game album for me is one of their best 80s albums ever made. Even because when Queen changed their sound and went back to the rock feel, I mean, Hot Space was not the best album ever made. Because everybody kind of avoids that album a lot, which is kind of annoying. But when you go to the let me have a look at something else. Let's see. I should have the Works album in here somewhere. I do have it. Yeah. The Works album, right? UK edition. I think this is UK edition. Yeah, this is UK edition of the Works album. I think this one for me, fantastic. Another great sound on this one. This is the George Marino master on this. This is actually the one that was identical to the US edition of it. It's actually the DMM master from Townhouse. I think it's from Townhouse. Oh, Sterling Sound is actually from George Marino. George Marino's master on this is, in the UK one, is not bad. It's all right, but the US edition of this one, check it out. It's fucking outstanding. But this one is still. This is actually one of their best 80s albums as well, because the Works album is fantastic. It's just a great album. There's also a lot of good songs in it. Like you've got I mean, at the time it was done in '84. This album was a great success. I mean, this one was fucking outstanding. I mean, it's brilliant. I think that I think for the vinyl release of it, they should have really put on for the CD release of it. It's Machines Back to Humans, the instrumental version of it. They should have put that on instead of having other things going on with it. But that is phenomenal. Just going to take a break, guys, for 2 minutes. Just got to go and check something out. So what the smell was in here, guys. It's actually the coffee that stinks. It's the coffee. I'm drinking too much coffee today. Live chat's working, guys. I hope so. Can we just do a test again? Maybe that's low. If you guys want to chat with me this afternoon, please do. Feel free. Questions, anything you want to do. We will have the rest of the guys on later. They don't come till about 4 o'clock. They come on about this time anyway. But yeah, just go back to these anyway. These discs. If you go for the original CDs, check out the CD version of Queen 1 and this. I do have Queen 1 actually. I think it's in there actually in here. It may be in there, actually. I've got a lot of CDs here that I haven't had time to have a look at them. Or maybe I haven't. Well, actually, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Well, actually, I've got. Oh, hold on a minute. Yeah. There's a lot of these ones apparently have just been messed up apparently from Found a few of these ones as well. Well, these open. Just going to have a quick look, guys, and see where my sort of stuff there. I have a lot of discs apparently in here that I'm missing a lot of. Oh, actually, there's found your. For some reason, these have got no jewel cases at all in here. That's in the hot space album. That's the one. That's that. Yeah. Really found my twin greatest hits CD, but I don't know where it's gone now. Somewhere. Anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, moving on from that situation, brought some other CDs out as well. So there's He Was a Greatest Hits CD there. Now, this one, this is the standard edition, I think this is, of Greatest Hits 3. This is the standard. Yeah. So it'll be Greatest Hits 3 CD. Yes, Greatest Hits 3, which is kind of a bit thingy, doesn't it? Worst compilation ever made. Worst compilation ever brought out, this one. Don't buy it. Absolute atrocious. There's me. This is my original version of the Queen album that came out first. I showed you guys this week. Yes, this is my original version of it. I have to say something actually, that this mix is apparently this mix of the Queen album is still fabulous. Fucking fabulous. This is a 1992 issue of it, not the original, but this is identical to the 86 version anyway that came out on the first edition of it. And I have to say something, this is actually probably favourite mixes on this one, which is good. And there's the Greatest Hits one there. So you can tell by the fact that EMI at the time, which is basically refurbishing Greatest Hits with this Greatest Hits. You'll see. So they made that font more original, and they made that font more bolder. So yeah, you can tell it's more that with the back sleeve on it as well. So you can tell for the fact that it's in the, I know it's in the glare side, guys, but you can probably tell they are. You see, look, haha, you see. So they basically just moved track listings and then basically chopped it all and trying to make it authentic to the original. So that one's the good one. That one's the bad one. Yeah, because that one's got some faults in that one anyway, which is terrible. As I was, someone was telling me before about the Greatest Hits 3 one. I mean, this one here is this compilation should never have been out in the first place. But for what it's worth, I suppose you could probably play a safe card and go, yeah, but it's just nah for us. But this special edition that came out in Holland only is the best one. This is the best one because inside it's got pictures. It's got the pictures of the. I just love that. Love that. This is one that's got the pictures from the fan club inside, which these is only available in Holland. This is actually off the Holland International Fan Club version, and I still think that this is the best one to go for because it's got the last pictures of the. It's basically I think it's just the last days of Freddie and stuff, and the last days of the convention that came out. This one's probably the best one to get. That's all the people wanted for, just to buy this one because this one was better for the pictures inside it. And yeah, especially if you can find it on there, the picture of Freddie on there, which I could never find. Which is, give me a second. I'll just try and find it first. Basically, these were like the last picture, the last days of Freddie, really, for it, which was nice to put on because it was just a good thing to put on this. Trying to find that picture. There's always that picture I cannot find in here. There it is. This one right there. Freddie's last ever picture. That was the last ever picture taken by Freddie. I'll try and get that zoomed a bit better for you guys. Give me a second. Yeah, one with the 2 seconds, 3 seconds. So that one there with Freddie with someone watching him. That's the last ever picture from Freddie. The last ever picture ever taken. Nobody knows where that was taken, and nobody knows where it's from. But that one is a mystery. The last ever picture, and it is very, 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 very sad, that picture, because I think that was the day he came out of the doctors, and he was really ill that time. My camera has gone blurred as fuck. So yeah, that kind of does hence the reason that in there. But that is a great version that ever came out. That's all people wanted for, was just for this version that came out of the book. And it was just, they brought out this rubbish version of it when they basically wanted that version with Fred, and that version is the best one, this version is shit. But that, I mean, this one is favourite, this one is, I could just frame that basically, that. It's great. But, yeah, this is the, because there's 2 different numbers on this one. Apparently what they did on the Holland edition of this one is use that exact same sleeve on the back with a different number on the bottom, which doesn't make any sense at all. That's the reason why I don't have the back sleeve anymore. And the discs were a bit naff as well, really, for what they were. So yeah. But the Greatest 3 for me, it's a no-no, because it's not one of the best compilations ever released. It's one of those ones where you would think that they would do a better job, but this one, it's just, I like it for the artwork. I don't like it for the track listing. And it's a no, this one I don't recommend it. I mean, I recommend it for some tracks I like, but just, in my opinion, nah. There's a back seat for that one as well. That's why they're identically to this one. Because apparently there's a different sleeve on that one, which is kind of a thing, isn't it? And I think this one is my, this is the original version of Greatest Hits 2. Yes, it is. Yes, this is the 2003 reissue. Because it's got EMI Udin on it at the time, and they had reissued this one. And I think this is, to me, the original mix of it. Now they reissued it in 2011. This one is fucking good, fucking good. I love the edit. I love the way that Dave Richards did this whole mix of the album, and like I love the ending of I'm Gonna Set You Mad. I love that ending so much. I love that identical ending to it. It just sounds really good. And this whole mix is done by Dave Richards, who's no longer with us now because he's passed away. The man passed away. Oh, how about now? But yeah, good one. That's the second best album I've ever done. But third one, nah. The third one I don't recommend it. The third one's just really, really kind of hit and miss about it. But if you're thinking, well, it's nice for what it is, but to be honest, it's not. It's Greatest 3 is a no-no. Even when Greatest Hits 3, the video came out, the video release was dreadful. That was dreadful. And I think I got rid of it, actually. Yeah, I think I did. I missed a lot of tapes, actually. The Greatest Hits 3, that VHS was fucking horrible. I mean, that should never have been out in the first place. Why the hell they issued... I mean, that was a joke. I mean, it was the first time that they put the track listing wrong for a start. They started with putting on... what was the first video opening on that one? I can't remember what it was now. But there's a lot of songs missing on it. Like, Too Much of a Kid Who's not on it. Neither's... I mean, like the Brian May version of it. There's no videos by Roger on it. And it's just like slapped together with loads of rubbish on it. It's just naff. Even that Elton John thing's a joke anyway. The one when he's trying to think he's the best in the world. and that wasn't even done live on stage. It was all meshed in all together. Cleverly done, actually. That video was cleverly done. That. You ever seen that video of the Show Must Go On with Elton John and the Paris performance? It's very clever how they did it, actually. Very clever. Remember many years ago there was a video kicking around on YouTube, the making of Show Must Go On in Paris. And what they did was they used a green screen on the on that thing. So you would see the bands on stage playing live, but they weren't. It was actually rehearsals that they were doing for it. And apparently, when they were doing the other stuff for it, you could see there was a green screen on it, and they said, "Oh, well, we'll just put that in at the end, and we'll just overlap it with digital stuff on it." And that's why it was a mess, a complete mess. So it was very clever how they did it, actually. Very clever indeed. But that, now, Greatest 3 was a definite no-no at all. I think Flicks 2 and Flicks 1 were the best ones. Flicks 1's the best one ever made. Because what we said before was Flicks. I think Flicks 2 is longer than the first one, especially Ron Vision's fabulous in there. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on VHS, better than DVD. But why the hell? Why is it every time that when a Queen video comes out, I mean, not concerts, I mean, talking about from well, actually concerts and videos that come out from Universal, they mess it up so much because what they do is they just bring it out and they don't think about it too much. I mean, menu screens are good, but it's the way that they just bodge it together. It's just terrible. I mean, even when they did that first error they did on that second one was Kind of Magic was all screwed up because the video print in it was wrong for a start. It was the first time ever in widescreen, and the widescreen ratio was all fucked up because people were trying to figure out why is it in widescreen, and I'm thinking there was no need for it really. They should have kept it in 4:3, which was how everything was done. I don't know whether that was an issue for the guys who did it, or either the fact there might have been a problem with the print of it. But when you go back into it though, when they reissued it again, they basically fixed it, fixed the aspect ratio for it. It's just the fact that it says on the back, some videos have been presented in 16:9 for better performance and quality. No, well, not really. But kind of all they were doing was just putting on that, and then all of a sudden it was thinking, well, it's just a 16:9 ratio for it, but nothing really good for it. Really, it's just naff. It's just nothing good for it. It's just horrible. I tell you what else did struck my mind this week. Go back to videos for a while. I did a video of Queen clips, and I did 2 tracks together called a mashup thing, because I was playing around many years ago with a song, and I used Kind of Magic as the song, and I used another song that sounded identical to Kind of Magic, which was I Believe in Dreams, and I love that track to bits. I just can't express how much I love that track better than all the 80s tracks that I love so much. That is the best one of the lot. I Believe in Dreams is a phenomenal song by Jackie Raw. It's fucking brilliant. Best ever 80s production ever made in that song, and it's really, really good. Really good song that. And I took Kind of Magic with I Believe in Dreams, and I made an amazing version of it. I still have it on my drive actually, and I actually added it to the Kind of Magic album 2011 remaster as a bonus thing, because I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna put my version of it on, and my version is absolutely brilliant. It just uses elements of Kind of Magic in there with Freddie singing on it. You would think that I Believe in Dreams with, and I called it I Believe in Magic, because that's what I called it at the time. I've never ever issued it ever on YouTube. I'm not allowed to, and it sucks arse. but the video was done really cleverly. All I did was just take kind of magic parts with videos from The Show Must Go On, just variations between clips inside. And then when I did the video, I gave it to my mate Steve and I said, play this. And he never played it. And I can't upload it because I don't own the rights to the Queen clips, and I'm pissed with that as well. But one of these days, if it ever does materialize on my channel, I might put it as listed on the video, because you get like a certain thing for it on your YouTube channel. So I might bring it. I don't know. I'm thinking about that anyway. I might bring the audio out of it instead. I might bring the video out of it. But I do love the way I did it. It was really good. It took a lot of work to do that track actually. Trying to get the timings right for it. Put Freddie's voice on, and it sounds really good. So, so I'll try and get it out, guys. I'll try and bring that out on YouTube in the next couple of weeks. I'll let you know how that works out, because I really think you'll like it, because it was a good job to do. Shouldn't be any issues with it at all. Nothing. Hopefully, it shouldn't be. We'll see. But I'll definitely will find the video for that. I still have my drive somewhere. Just got to try and upload it to YouTube if YouTube allows me to do it. We'll see. Right, have you guys got any questions for me? Oh, I've got 2 people watching this afternoon, and they haven't asked me any questions at all. No questions at all. This is where now things becoming a bit sticky now, because now I've got to think, right, do I go offline? But as soon as I say that, we'll get people coming on. So, you know, we'll see. Anyway, also I've been playing a game called The Room Old Sins. This is the 4th one I've brought out now on Fire Games. Wow, that game that's hard. That game is harder than any of the other room games I've played. I've played the first one, the second one, the third one. The 4th one I brought out, the Old Sins one. That one is seriously hard as. That's harder than any other game I've played. That is really hard. Never expected that to be the hardest game ever to play. That it really is very hard indeed. I haven't spoken to Mark for a while, so I don't know what's happening with Mark at the moment. And while I think about it, also, this is another thing I need to mention. And I don't have that box set anymore. Fortunately, it went. Right. This has been talking about VHSs and documentaries and stuff and everything for the past couple of weeks. Here's something that I found on, well, outside of the YouTube, on the American YouTube site, because I got like there's like a thing I've got called Touch VPN, and basically it allows you to go on the American site of YouTube and it gets you download videos from outside of other areas of YouTube. Found an amazing documentary that came out called "Is This the Real Life?" And I have never ever seen it before. I've never seen this at all. This was only aired in Holland as part of the release of the Platinum Collection, because apparently the Platinum Collection was first released in Holland before it came to the UK, or maybe the other way around, because it was a great success, and that box set was still to this day brilliant, amazing quality. And the first time ever remastered properly, Japan release was great, and sound quality spot on. I watched this program called "Is This the Real Life?" If anybody has ever seen that documentary, I have to say that is one of the best ones I've ever seen. Right? You can by all means you can tell me that obviously the one you've already watched, Days of Our Lives, was great. This is better, and I didn't know this was much better than any of the ones I've ever seen. It was not a Dora production, at all. Directed by Jeff Wanfer, brilliant director in the Northeast, fabulous guy. Jeff Wanfer did he worked with Paul McCartney a lot on he did the Beatles anthology, and then he did the Film and Pie thing as well, same documentary, and Film and Pie by Paul McCartney is a fucking outstanding album. Anyway, he did this thing in the 2000s, only in Holland for RTL4, right? RTL4, fantastic channel, and it was called "Is This a Real Life?" And it's got Mary Austin on it, it's got Freddie's mother on it, it's got Peter Freestone on it, it's got interviews from Brian and Roger, yes, new interviews, never seen them before. And it's got other interviews from other... oh, Bob Geldof's on it as well. Fuck me. Never, ever, ever saw the best ever documentary ever on YouTube. If you've ever seen that thing in Holland, you have to go and watch it. It is outstanding. It is... different interviews from Freddie I've never seen before. It's got interviews from Brian and Roger about going into more detail about Freddie's illness and about the Innuendo album, and going into things about John Deacon and all that. And John Deacon's also interviewed on it as well. The last ever John Deacon interview I've made on that. That is seriously just phenomenal. What a hell of a documentary. And if you go and watch it on the 60-minute version on the VPN one, it's blocked in the UK. I do have to recommend that a lot, because that is the Champions of the World was excellent. I think this is part 2 of Champions of the World. Is this a real life? It's bloody fantastic indeed. Started watching it I started watching it about well, I had no work on. I didn't have any production work at the time, and we were in I was having some days off, and I went and just saw this thing come up saying NL is this a real life NL documentary RTL4. Probably on, and I went, oh, I bet it's gonna be one of them rubbish ones again. I'm gonna be shitting things. But when I saw Mary Austin's picture on it, I went, there's no way there's no way they could have got an interview with her. Well, RTL must have paid a lot of money to get her out, because fuck me, very interesting. Even when they brought that other one out, that Dora one, that's about there was one about can't remember now what it's called, but yeah, well recommended for it. So I do recommend that. Is This a Real Life? If you get a chance on a Saturday to watch it, sit down and watch it for 60 minutes. It's brilliant. You try and find the uncut version of it. I know there's a version kicking around, only 46 minutes long, but the version that's on the Holland YouTube, oh, just watch it, please. Watch it. That was sincerely a fantastic documentary ever made. I just wish there was the other thing about the documentaries of Queen, they are really good. I wish there was a better clean version of that one from Super Channel they brought out, which was the behind the scenes of the Freddie Mercury concert one. That was the blue screen one with the cameras going in, and that's a shame that that's not the best part you've ever seen. That's also the other one I like watching. That it's obviously the Freddie Mercury tribute with interviews from the Scorpions in it, which to this day, you know, I mean, the Freddie Mercury tribute concert, everybody keeps talking about it and always keeps saying that is one of the best concerts I've ever brought out. But it's a shame that it wasn't. They didn't restore it for copyright issues, and that it's a shame. But now it's well, actually now I'm having some ideas to because I have no longer got the first part of the concert anymore. I'm having I'm having a think about doing my own version of it for on Cyberlink, downloading all the extra parts in it, but the better versions of it, like the innuendos and the main song and all that stuff and everything else. Here's another thing as well that caught me for a while. Led Zeppelin, right? Led Zeppelin. Thought about this today actually. I was cleaning the room today. Led Zeppelin, right? Robert Plant. Going back to that song that he did, Thank You. Song Thank You, originally written in 1969 for the album of Led Zeppelin 2, and everybody saying about Led Zeppelin 2 is an amazing album. It's one of their best ones. Physical Graffiti is also fantastic. Even when Kris said this could be one of Zeppelin's best ever albums ever written. He's never heard something before. Says, Kris, it's fucking heavy as fuck. I said, it's bloody good. And I love the Physical Graffiti album. It's penned down as one of their most achieving, best albums 1975 ever made. And I love it so much as well. So I was thinking about it today. The song Thank You, and I love that track, and I think that's one of Zeppelin's best ever songs, period. Really, just outstanding. I mean, you could probably say to me that if you think about it, the Thank You song, it's just amazing. So, and I'm very glad that Brian did ask him to sing that, because Brian must have said to him, "I'll tell you what song that you want to do. What you need to do is dedicate that song, Thank You, because that's for everybody, and that's for Freddie as well." I fucking love that so much, and I really like the way that Robert sang that as well at the tribute concert, because it's just a amazing tribute to him. And I think if that tribute concert was never ever done, it would have been also the fact that it would have been one of the best concerts that was ever materialized. I mean, to do a 6-hour concert live, absolutely outstanding. And it's just a shame that they didn't restore it on the DVD, the Blu-ray version. It's a shame about that. I said like this before, when you watch the original BBC version of it or the Japanese version of it, it's fucking outstanding. Especially start. I mean, I noticed in the parts in the Spinal Tap one. If everybody's never known this at all, because actually that is now restored on YouTube. The part of the Spinal Tap thing about the third verse was when Michael, oh, what's his name? Michael, I think it's been loads of movies. Well, he basically broke down on that song because he didn't want to sing that last part, and it said obviously when he died, he left the sky. That was fucking wow. And I think that part was only written for the tribute concert because they didn't record it on the album because it's changed the lyrics. And I think they must have said, or either he decided to say, I'm not going to sing this next part, but because he looks over to the corner, and he looks down with his guitar, and he's thinking, oh shit, I'm going to say this part instead. And they didn't know he was going to sing that part. But you know, well, they should have put that back into the DVD and back into the main VHS of it, and that would have been better for it, because that was a song that had to be out, because I mean it was dedicated to Brian May and written for before the tribute concert was done, because they were asked to do it, and they thought, because I think Brian heard it and he said, you guys got to play this song. And but I think that was just I think that was still one of my favourite ones of the whole lot. But I wish to God they would have just. I wish they had have just brought it out and just instead of fucking about with the bloody Blu-ray release of it. Like, abolish the Blu-ray release of it, abolish that original DVD, bring out the BBC version of it. It would have worked out fine. And I love it to bits, and I still think that is one of the best ones that has ever been done. But bring it out, get it restored, get all of it restored, bring it out, and let's see how fans would say. Yes, they're bringing out the official, full version of it from Japan. That's where it's all from. It's only from Japan television of it. Well, one of the favourite ones on that tribute concert is probably got to be George Michael and Somebody to Love. Because me and Jade were talking about this the other week, and we apparently we said that obviously because the song came on from him called Jesus to a Child, just before the Sony split went crazy. He brought that out, and then he brought out the 5 Live EP. Well, actually, apparently he released it. He released it. With Sony Music one at a time, and so anyway. So basically, I think that George Michael really did spot on that song. Really did. He was a great guy. I didn't like his music. I didn't like any of his songs, but I mean, you have to realise the man was really good at arranging music. He did when he was doing the he went that period going into the Wham stuff, and that was great. But when he went to the period of going down with weird stuff, it was kind of bizarre. But I do like that documentary they brought out. Actually, Rhys Thomas did a documentary called George Michael in this Word or in this Life or something, and it was fucking spot on. Interviews with his dad, his family, and it was really good. And I love that also the one documentary as well that brought out, which was the 30-minute one, which was the Andrew Ridgeley and George Michael reunion. It was the first time I ever went back public, and it was really good, that one, because that was about his dad, how he was brought up. But the Wham one was good as well, and it was really good how they brought it out. So I think George Michael was a really good singer, but when he went down there with his little career thing on it. But you know, but Elton John isn't it? Elton John's. This is what gets me about Elton John, right? This is what gets me about Elton John. He's an amazing writer, an amazing producer, an amazing singer. But he's never produced anything in his life anyway. So just B-sides, but he doesn't produce. And everyone would be producers. He want to write stuff and stuff. I mean, he is a great singer. My mum got a disc of his called Diamonds, which was a fucking great. That was actually one of the decent albums brought out. Now, I don't like Elton John's music at all. I don't like his stuff. But when I heard, when my mum puts the CD on a Sunday, you know, I love the classic stuff, like the 70s stuff he does, and the 80s stuff. But for the 90s stuff, I couldn't give a toss about the 90s stuff. I don't like it. But I love that period where it started off with the first one he ever wrote, which was your song. All in alphabetical order, all in chronological order from where it starts from there to there, Benny Jetson, da 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 da. And then, but Anna Gill's not on it though. Why is Anna Gill not on that song? Not on that at all. She's been on that. But she had it on the other week, and it was Nikita coming on, and then I think Passengers was on it, and then but that wasn't the very top of the song. That it was David Lawless, and someone David Johnson wrote that one, and I do like his playing, but I don't like the 90s stuff. That doesn't work for me. That and the 2000s stuff doesn't work for me. Because he kind of is trying to replicate his own style as always. He's trying to do something for his music. I'm not saying about his sexuality or anything. I'm saying about his music career. He's just a phenomenal guy, and I really like his 70s stuff. And when he was doing, I mean, I remember when, and I had a massive vinyl collection, and my vinyl collection was huge at the time. I got into, I bought Passengers on a 7-inch single, and it was the remix that came out because it was remixed for the 7-inch single of it, and I really loved it. And I went, this is a guy who can fucking write good stuff down it. And I remember buying the first single he got, I think I ever got, was Your Song. And I listened to that and I went, I'm digging this. But I was never a fan of him. Never a fan. I just don't know why. I mean, they always keep saying to me, diverse a bit in music and go for something a bit more, what you need to diversify and stuff. I do. But I don't, I mean, even when I was saying, like, in the last couple of live streams I've done, 4 people watching now, chatting guys, if you want to chat to me, you can. I'm just talking for the moment. But I'm thinking that if there's always these things in life that happen, right? I mean, I've just produced a fucking good album for Jade, right? Which is this album. This album, I have to say, is recommended as one of the best albums of the year for 2018, and it's still available today. And what I got pissed off with was when, I mean, it wasn't anything nasty. It wasn't the UK music scene, which is, you know, what I was getting really frustrated was, maybe it's just me, or maybe it's just the way I write, but if you, when you write in music, you write for a reason. You write for how you express yourself and where ideas come from. Like we had a question from someone who said, where does the ideas come from, your songs and stuff, where does the inspiration come from it? Basically, I was listening to a lot of AOR music, which I fucking love. I mean, that's just done to death so much. It's fucking brilliant. And even like Vintage Records and, you know, labels you listen to, and HardRadio.com comes into it. And like there's one band at the minute I'm getting really into, is King Valentina. I fucking love that band. I love that song Crazy. I think that sums up how much pressure I went through. And it wasn't anything to do with what was happening at the time. It's just the fact that that song was so cool. And I mean, from the period when you're listening to Elton John's music, is 70s stuff is great, but when you get ideas that you want to try and work on new ideas, you ought to try and have an idea for what you need to create in your mind about it and stuff. And what I was getting a little bit peed off with was when people went, and this has got nothing to do with Jade or me or anything. It's just people outside that kind of tell you, you know, and this doesn't come from me. This is coming from like how the music scene is now today, the UK music scene. Then they have to say to you, right, you must. And this is a manager's thing that I discussed before. You must produce a good song, otherwise I'll fire you. So I said, what the fuck are you on about? It's like, don't do that. Right. So, for example, we would have brought out a track on here, right? Say, for example, we would have brought out, the managers would say to us, right, you have to bring out a song called Don't Walk Away. I say, no. I have to bring a song called Tonight. No. I says, it isn't up to the manager, it's up to the artist. See? The artist makes the decision what they want to bring out. And it's up to me. It goes through a decision between the artist and the people who want to bring it out to make a vote on it. And that's why you get really frustrated when if you want to bring a material out you want to listen to, you want to hear something really good, and you go, well, let's bring out something that we would like the people to listen to. Yeah. The managers are just dickheads. They're fucking arseholes. The managers say, you bring this out, you know. It's like when that guy was on here before, Brian Harvey, who was in that band, terrible band he was in, and he was saying obviously apparently that it just got ripped off because they didn't get paid, you know, the money was not there for them anyway. It was a good deal they got from London Records, but then again, when they got signed to Telstar, they didn't get any money at all. It's just the managers said, just bring this out, bring this out, bring this out. It's not. That's not how it works. I mean, there's like so much rubbish in the world that is going on with the music scene today. Is just absolutely terrible. I mean, it is terrible today. I mean, when I wrote the Red and Blue song, that song was not about a colour or something that was doing it. It was about the way the music scene was pissing me off. You know, was kind of trying to get out of that world of if you're thinking of red as being the worst music in the world and the blue takes you somewhere else you need to be, you know, does it make something for us? I mean, that's what Red and Blue was about. It was about the way the music was changing in the world today. I was getting sick of it, and I wanted to do something for an artist that would work really well for her. So, say, for example, if I didn't write the Red and Blue, and Jade would never have sang it, you know, it wouldn't have been on the album. But when she heard it and she knew what it was about, she said, "This is the music I want to do," and this is the music she wanted to do for ages. She just never. She loves the way that I write stuff and creatively, you know, anything. I said to her anyway in the last stream when she was sitting there, anything I give you is you just do it. You know, I'm not saying sing this. It's just like listen to this and do it. And she's really, and that's an artist who I trust a lot, because when you go working with an artist, the artist has the idea first. They always say, right, I want to do this song my way, but with Jay, it's not like that at all. It's just like, I've got this idea that I like to do. Go with me on this and see what you think. And she thinks, yeah, we'll do it that way. And that's how a producer works. That's how she's producing herself now. She's a producer now. She knows what melodies to do, what ideas I have, and anything I need to change in it, I tell her. Even I had a conversation with her yesterday, and I said to her, your song number 9 in the mid-late section, I think we're changing the chords in that now. I'm not going for the same chords as we did for that one. But it may work anyway from it. Which is also another thing I forgot to tell you guys. Jade's bringing out, if you didn't hear before, Jade's going to bring out another song that's not made, that is not on, it's not on this album. It's only going to be available on the YouTube page, on this page, which is bringing out number 9 as a song, as a lyric video song for it, with animation on it as well. And basically, the plan basically is to bring it out, because we want to bring that out now as a basic song now. We're working on that at the moment actually, and next week we're putting the vocals down for that, and then we'll hopefully by the day we do it, mix it properly, we'll bring it out on YouTube, and you'll hear a good song coming out. And which there'll be reasons why she's bringing it out as well, because this is something personal she wants to bring out herself, and she's going to put it on her own YouTube channel as well to promote it on her channel, which is really good. She's also uploaded No One But You, by the way, on Spotify and also on her YouTube channel now. So go and check it out, guys. She also is now posting it on Facebook anyway. So do check it out, because she did a great job of it. She did an amazing job of that version. You guys got any questions? I've been talking for quite a while now. Any questions on any projects you want to know? Anything of any music we're doing? Anything at all? Let me know. Let me know, because I'm here until the end. So just let me know what you want to talk about. Today, it's the last day of the tall ships in Sunderland today. And, yep, it's just going to be a really good day indeed. I think the football's on today as well. I think the football's on today, isn't it? I think it is. Well, it's anyway. By the way, I have found, yeah, the calendar. You realise what the hell's going on there? One of the calendars fell down. The dog picked it off for some reason. No idea why. I think she was, yeah, because I think she had an accident this week. She had a nasty accident in the room next door, and oh god, it was awful. I was telling Mum last night, and I said, I says, Mum, you haven't had an accident in your room, and he says, oh, what happened? I says, oh, she had the bums, and says, oh god. I says, but don't worry, Mum. I says, hey, I'll clean up in the morning. Well, I cleaned up the day in there, and actually it's better now. And I thank God I cleaned it as well. It was awful. But, you know, you can't help it for a dog. If a dog has got, if the dog's got some problem with its eating, you know, she can basically have, she wasn't vomiting. She was basically just having the shits. It was just like, ugh. So she had a nasty little episode. But now, she's fine now. She's absolutely fine now. We've got another half an hour. Yeah, today I was meant to be at Jade's today at this time. Unfortunately, Jade couldn't get a babysitter sorted out because I was going to hers today to go do some makeup tests for her shoot for Burn. Unfortunately, it's cancelled. Yeah, she couldn't get a babysitter today. So it's, yeah, but I couldn't do that. But never mind, we can just carry on with us anyway, which is fine. But I've got no questions, guys. I'll go because I really am getting hungry now because I need some to eat. I've got nothing else to really mention at the minute. I think I've done everything now. Don't forget, guys, that if I've been mentioning about Super Chat on my channel. If you want to donate anything, press Super Chat, and then you can send a donation if you want to. Just to give us some support for Jade's album, and also for the fact that if you missed the very beginning of this, I was talking about that we are no longer doing, we're not going to be limiting the CD now to 50 copies of Secret Voice. We're now going to make it the permanent version of Secret Voice now. We're not bringing out standard editions either. We're bringing out that limited edition for a lifetime now, so you can buy it as long as you want, because I've got plenty of copies left. We've already sold about 5 in a week. 5. So we really need some more, guys. But like I say, guys, I'm going to work on because I'm going to try and find a platform I can stream it live. Because I know that some people are asking me saying, why don't you stream the album? And I'm thinking, well, it's costly to do it. But one platform has come out. Apparently, I can do it for free. But I've got to find the right way to do it, though. It's just one of them things, guys. And I can't put it on SoundCloud either, because the thing is, I've got to get paid for it, because SoundCloud's like, if you go for pro one for £5, it's okay paying that, but it's not really worth it really for what it is. It's just pretty enough. Because obviously I'm paying for the website now. The website's getting paid every month for £3, which is a pretty good price. So keeping the website absolutely fine. But I won't win the pay a domain name for £20 when it's kind of like, I'm thinking, there's no point doing that really for it. It's just, isn't it? What is it? The weather's not been too bad here actually. The weather's been nice and cool for a couple of days. Expecting to get a bit more warmer this week. Not as hot as we did before, but we're not getting like high temperatures now and horrible things and stuff, you know, sort of thing. But yeah. But I've got basically tomorrow is exciting tomorrow. We've got another singer coming in tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon she's coming in. She says it's coming about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon to do some. She wants to do some vocal techniques because she wants to be a singer as well, which is cool. She's called Ellie. She said she had a voice before, but she wants to have a. She wants to see if she can get the ranges she wants. She wants to sing apparently. And if it works out very well, she could be signing for us next on the thing. We're doing next week. We've got we're working on our advertisement actually for more singers to come on board. Me and Jade's going to work on that next week, next Tuesday. So we're going to have a think about what we can attract to get more singers in just around the area, and see what we can do. And but everything else has been really well, very well. I'm looking a lot healthier now. I'm losing a lot of weight. I tell you, I was out on Thursday night, and I went to see Jojo and the guys as well. Well, I went to Riley's on that night, and it was all right. It wasn't busy. Everybody was just going down to the Venom now. I feel like that Venom place is better than these, but right now there's not a lot of people coming back to that. I think some people were kind of getting bored with it, and people were kind of just thinking, you know, it's just a bit meh, really. That's what it was. It's just, you know. But you've got to try and meet minds in some way. You've got to try and enjoy yourself, and you know, get out there. And I mean, there's days where I've had loads and loads of time off this week. I mean, this week we've been working on a new song. I've worked on a new song this week actually, which has been. It's not something like I did originally with Turning Back and Walking Away. Something different that came around a couple of days ago. And I tell you what, I have been watching on YouTube. I love watching on YouTube. Apart from North's House Party every Saturday. Guess what? Every Saturday, Andy Perman, who is a High Growth Media TV archive. Fucking love that show to bits. I love watching North's House Party. Going back to normal things in it. I started watching old TV shows. I started. Someone's come around again, Angry Penguin, because the series is getting rebooted again, and I haven't done Angry Penguin for about 2 months now. And after the success of the Mulligans one, I've got oh my god, I've had a great idea for the next one to do. Apart from the fact that we are doing that 80s video, which I'm still looking into, I've had a great idea actually for the next Angry Penguin video to produce. Is to do one with TV ads, the worst TV ads in the world. Because I have been looking at the TV ads from the 1985, 87, from the worst ones in the world. I've been watching these old ones, and I started to watch these ones the last few days. And last night, one of the ones I watched was kind of reaction video to it, and I watched this one, and oh my god, it's embarrassing. It's basically what it is. It's advertising for a trying to think what it's about anyway. No, I won't spoil it actually. I'll just say what it's about. This is a scenario. It's a fire, right? It's a fire. And it's basically a cardboard, right? It's based on cardboard. So there's the camera zooming in, like Gary Taylor, zooming in, zooming out. I think okay, because the camera is like that. Anyway, so it's panning over from a still shot basically, where there's a couple sitting on a couch, and literally the camera's panning, zooming in from this part here of the fire. Then it's basically trailing all the way from this side here to where the guy's sitting on the thing. That's not the best part. It's the commentary that's funny as hell. It's seriously brilliant. So I'm thinking of doing that next time. Doing the another Angry Penguin video. I haven't done one for ages. I need to get back on doing them again because that's the best series I love doing Angry Penguin videos. It's just unscripted anyway. I'm thinking this time not to go back to the woods and do it in the woods. I'm thinking about doing it just here this time. Doing it like to camera this time for it. So that's coming up as well. I'm also the rock and roller disco one. Well, I have to get my record player repaired now because I'll have to get a new thing. I still haven't got the thing yet for it. I've still got this, but I haven't got the needle for it. I've still got to order the needle, and I'm hoping to get that repaired very soon. And I want it back in the room, so I can finally get the back in the room when I get. I'm trying to get like under here. I'm trying to get under this part here to get like a shelf built here, or put a record player under there and get like a little desk, you know, like a coffee table. So put a coffee table underneath it, so I can put records underneath, and it will keep it nice and cool and dry under there. So looking for something like that anyway, just put the records on the top, put like a little record space underneath it, because I want to try and put the records somewhere else now. Because the room isn't getting crammed. It's just the fact is I've got loads of space now. It's just the fact that now I've got the studio up and running. It's just working out great and it's fine. And actually the studio's been working really well because I've been working on a lot of stuff, and it's been really well. So it's been working out pretty good, and works well for me. It's been awesome. Well, I think I'm going to end this right now. Just to give you guys an update, just let you know, guys, if you missed anything, Kris is launching his own YouTube channel this Monday. There's a video coming out this Monday. I'm going to support him for that as well. The link to his new channel is on this video here. It's called Metal One-on-One, or One-on-One Metal it's called. Link is down here. Subscribe to his channel, press notification on the bell, be notified on the videos upload. I think he's uploading the video probably. The first one's going up live on Monday. Looking forward to that one. And more content he produces, the better chances he's going to go and get AdSense sorted out, as he can get paid from YouTube. And yes, another thing happened as well. My AdSense finally came through. Fucking hell. My AdSense gets paid on the 20th of this month. And this is about a week away actually from it, so I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, AdSense finally come through. Yes, it finally did. It went ages for my AdSense to come through. It's 6 fucking months. It took 7 fucking months just to get me AdSense sorted out. It was like, why is it taking so long? But yeah, it's finally getting there. It's finally getting there, guys. The AdSense is sorted out now, which is fine. Hello, friends. Yes. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? She's asking for something now. You want some water? Hey? You want some water?
Yeah.
Room. Hello. She just wants kisses. I'm going to go and get some tea now anyway, David. I'm going to get some dinner. Yeah, guys, I'm going to go now. If there's no questions, guys, I'll just go. But I don't know even if this thing's working or not. Haven't even seen it move for a while. Probably not working anyway. No, probably isn't anyway. If you guys are rewatching this back anyway, leave comments. But do please check out Kris's channel. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I know it's an early stream. I'm going to try hopefully next Saturday, if next Saturday goes ahead, to come on later, because the later streams are better for you guys, because in the afternoons it's a bit difficult to get guys on here. But we will start these streams a bit later next time. We'll do about the 6 o'clock streams and let you guys come on and ask questions and stuff as well. So I'll be back next week with another live stream. But we had a great week this week, actually. We had a great week. Jade's been fantastic, as always. Stay tuned to the channel. If you like any other content, go and look at our live streams on the ST Entertainment page. We've got some live streams coming up next week with some more studio work. Monday, we're doing a live stream on Monday. Not me. Not with Jade, but me. So we're doing some music stuff on Monday. And then Monday, we're watching Kris's video. So look out for that. So hope you have a good week, guys. Have a great weekend. See you guys next week for another Queensville Reno chat. Hopefully we'll be back live at 6 o'clock next week with a live chat, so tune in for that anyway. Until then, have a great week, and I'll see you guys later. Until then, bye.